commitment to the growth of people building, community. Those last two you will not find in any leadership style in the world. Those two. The rest of these, in some form, you will find in other areas. Tom, you want to comment on this? Here's a practical application. What's the difference between servant leadership and other things?
Many of us have grown up in institutions where leadership was in a hierarchical model. I love this language. Instead of hierarchies of leadership, we need plazas of leadership throughout our organization. And I think one of the interesting things is that we begin to recognize that we are going through a shift within our society today in terms of from kind of information to consciousness, certainly in terms of our understandings of each other. This is what's happening through servant leadership. So let's look number 4, views accountability as assigning blame. But talking to people in terms of accountability, oftentimes it's always measured in rewards and punishment. In servant leadership, views accountability as creating a safe environment from learning from experience. Sitting down and asking people about the work that they're doing, helping them to close the gap between what they've done and what they hope they're able to do. So that one of the things that Peter Senge had talked about is how do we become learning organizations? Is everybody in an organization having an opportunity to learn from their experience, and therefore a leader needs to be a teacher. Number 8, develops personal power base, uses perks and titles to signal who has power. There's a great difference. It's really interesting in terms of Google Informatics. From 1970 to 2004, it doesn't move on the term servant leadership at all. From what Greenleaf had to say until 2004, it's just flatline. And then in 2004, it begins to move up just incrementally, and then in 2008, it just jumps. Now, why is it that servant leadership jumps in terms of recognition and finds its way into the literature of 2008? Because clearly we now all understand the difference between self-serving leadership and servant leadership. And when I go into an organization because I want power, prestige, and privilege, I'm going there in a self-serving manner. Over there, I go to the organization because I want to serve. I'm coming to this organization because I want other people to be able to grow and to develop.